I'm still about 8 miles from home. This has got to be my biggest blunder yet. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Check it out. Look at this fat tire, full suspension, step-through e-bike. It's from Puckipuppy, and it's called the Boxer ST. I'm going to give you all the information you need to know about this bike, so let's get into it. I want to start off by pointing out a couple of features that this bike has that I have not seen on many other bikes before. And number one, touch-up paint. Yeah, that's right. Each one of these bikes come with its own touch-up paint, and they also include extra brake pads. Now, when it comes to this bike right here, there's a sticker here that says it's a Class 2, but actually it showed up as a Class 3. So it's a Class 3 e-bike disguised as a Class 2 e-bike. You have a thumb throttle on your right-hand side, and it has a cadence sensor with 5 levels of pedal assist. This bike weighs 75 pounds and has a maximum payload capacity of 350 pounds. Currently, this bike sells for $1,299 and comes with a 2-year warranty. Actually, it comes with a 3-year warranty, a 2-year warranty, and a 1-year warranty on various parts on this bike. Now, the Boxer comes in 2 different versions. It comes in a step over, which is just called the Boxer, or it comes in the step-through version, which is called the Boxer ST. Both versions of this bike has an ideal rider height of 5'6" to 6'8". If you are interested in the step-over model, well, it comes in 5 different colors: blue, dark gray, dark green, silver, and forest camouflage. And if you're interested in a step-through model like I have here, well, that comes in 5 colors as well: green, white, black, yellow, and desert camouflage. Puckipuppy says that the Boxer series will get between 40 to 80 miles on a single battery charge. Well, if you've seen any of my videos, well, you know that it's going to be on the way lower end because I'm going to be running this thing through all kinds of tests. The Boxer ST uses a 48-volt, 750-watt brushless rear hub motor. It has a peak power of 970 watts and 69 newton meters of torque. It has a Shimano 7-speed transmission, a tourney derailleur, and the Shimano 7-speed thumb shifter. For stopping power, you have the Logan 2-piston hydraulic brake system and 180 millimeter rotors. The front forks are spring-loaded. They have 130 millimeters of travel. You can preload them and you can lock them out. The rear shock is also spring-loaded, and with that, you have about 30 millimeters of travel. These monster tires are from Black Cat. They are 26 by 4 inch. They have an aggressive mountain bike tread, and they're puncture resistant. Now, the Boxer series comes with a 48-volt, 20-amp-hour battery with 960 watt-hours of power. It also comes with this tiny 2-amp charger, which means it's going to take about 10 hours to charge this bike from 0 to 100%. Now, you can charge it while it's on the bike through this charging port right here, or you can take it off the bike and charge it indoors. Now, to do that, you're going to get 2 keys, and right up here's your little key slot. You're going to pop it in there, and as you can see, the battery came partially way out. There is a little lever right here. You're going to tilt it, and the battery slides right out. So now you can take it inside and charge it. There is a little charging indicator right here. When you push it, it lights up and tells you how much the battery is charged. To put it back in, well, just bottom first, click it, and you're good to go. This battery is UL certified, and this whole bike is IPX rated 6, which means it can handle pressure washing from all angles. Let's talk size and fit. Now, you can't make any adjustments up here to the handlebars, so there's no adjustable stem, but you can adjust your seat here in the back. And there are numbers in the back to tell you how low and how high you can go, which is good because then if you know your number, you can always set it up for that. So this is the lowest setting that it shows you can have it on. And then this is the highest. So for your very tall riders, there you go. You have a setting for your tall riders and your short riders. Me, that's going to be about good for me. And then this is what a 5'9" person looks like sitting on this bike. I have to keep moving around to stay in the shade as we do this. Now let's talk about additional features. You're going to have a connection point right here for a bottle cage or a lock. It does come with plastic pedals. Now it doesn't come with fenders. The one thing that I've noticed big time besides this suspension right here is this seat. This seat has some serious padding on it. Plus, it has these shocks down here underneath. I am expecting this to be one comfortable ride. Cockpit Operations. On your left-hand side, you have a single locking grip. This rubber is it's kind of like on the softer side, and it does have this palm rest on it. It feels pretty good. Now here is your front brake lever, and then right here is your control panel. To turn the bike on, you're just gonna hit that power button here at the top till the bike comes on. It is slow firing up. It has a full color display. As you can see right here, it shows you your mileage, total mileage, amount of time on the bike, and it says it's in eco mode, and we'll be talking about that during the review today. This right here is your battery indicator, which is, I've never seen anything like that before. And then this right here lights up as you go through your 5 levels of pedal assist. The plus button will take you up in your power assist levels, and the negative button will take you all the way back down to 0. Underneath the display right here, you will find a USB charging port. This display has a second interface. To get into that, we're going to hold the minus button and the light button down at the same time, and it gives us our second screen right here, which is really just goes into the trip big time, where it shows you your miles per hour, your average speed, max speed. Woo, max speed 47. Woo wee. Okay, well, we're going to find out about that here in a little bit. And this is your overall trip odometer. To get into the function settings, where you're just going to hold the plus and minus button down until it brings you to the menu. Here is where we can control the brightness of the screen. From here, you can change your unit of display from miles to kilometers. Startup mode, let's click into that to see. So you're going to hit your power button. Right here is startup mode. It has free mode and safe mode. Free mode allows riding without pedaling, and safe mode requires pedaling to start the motor. We're going to keep it in free mode. And then we can reset the trip. Let's go ahead and do that. Yes. These are all of your controls. And then if you just want to go to the back, well, you're just going to hit the light button and it takes you back to the main screen. On the right-hand side, you have your rear brake lever right here. Here is your throttle, and then this is your thumb shifter. And to change gears, where you're just going to use your thumb to take it down in gear, as you can see right here, and then you use your thumb again to bring it up in gear. It is now time for my favorite part, and that's where I take these bikes out and run them through all of my testing. Now, my question is, can this dog run? All right, guys, before we head out, I wanted to throw on some safety features on here. Here is my Hafni bar and mirror. I use it on all my bikes. This is my MagicShine 1500S. I like the fact that this battery lasts a long time. It has multiple different display strobing features that it can do. And I had to put my MagicShine SEEMEE 300 on the back. This doesn't have any rear tail lights or brake lights. And if you want to operate the headlight, well, you got to hit this button right here. The headlight is right there. It has 2 lights. It still doesn't seem that bright though. And I didn't mention, there's a little horn. All right, let's get rolling. When I went to take off for this road trip, I realized it is 72 degrees, so I went ahead and threw on some shorts because this is going to be a beautiful day here in Chicago. This is the 606 trail. This is where I like to start off my reviews. Right now we are in Pass 0 riding, which means no power is going to assist me in this process. No throttle action and no pedal assist. And we are cruising about 10 miles an hour comfortably. Let's go ahead and test the throttle on this bike. I'm going to go ahead and put it in pedal assist level 1. We're going to see if the throttle is affected by whatever pedal assist level we're on. And we are shooting up in speed. So I'm going to say no. But how fast will it go? So it looks like 21 miles an hour. Well, 20 to 21 miles an hour would be the top speed on throttle. Now let's go ahead and test out the actual pedal assist levels. We're in pedal assist level 1. I'm taking off here. And I've made it like about a half a crank before the pedal assist kicked on, so that's not bad. And it looks like you're going to comfortably cruise at 13 miles an hour in pedal assist 1. In pedal assist 2, we'll be doing about 20 miles an hour, 19 to 20. Pedal assist 3 will have you cruising at 26 miles an hour. Holy cow, pedal assist number 4 has you at 31 miles an hour. We are slowing down. We have it in pedal assist 5 now. We're going to do a quick test to see how fast this bike will go. And yeah, whether pedal assist 4 or 5 is going to keep you at the 30 to 31 mile an hour zone. I want to confirm the speed, so we're just going to put it at throttle and see if that speed was correct. And it looks like it is. 20 to 20, 19, 20. It seems to be that the GPS takes a little bit longer to get it right, but yeah, it looks like it is correct. Now let's see how long it takes for you to hit top speed using the throttle. We know it's going to take us up to 21 miles an hour. It takes off pretty gently. Like it's not going to throw you back when it takes off, but it has a pretty quick pickup, it feels like. Yeah, so like 15 seconds. Now let's see how quick I can get it up to that 31 miles an hour using pedal assist only. Let's go. I started off in gear 3, but we're climbing through the gears real quick. Ooh, this bike's fast. Woo. Oh, we actually hit 32 miles an hour. When we get out to a safer area, I might see how fast this bike will actually go. I can tell that this seat is going to be awesome for this trip, and I really do like the grips. I knew I would when I felt them. I know that I like this kind of material. One thing I'm noticing though is that these front forks, they stick. They're like clunky. Okay, I mean, I like the fact that they have, you know, all of that travel, but they seem to be kind of slow and they're clunky. So like, and what I mean by that is like sometimes I'll stop, and when I do, then it takes a second, and then you feel the shocks just actually extend all the way out. But man, this bike screams. Like I have it in pedal assist number 2, and we're cruising, you know, at 19 miles an hour. We'll do 20 here in a second. One thing I haven't noticed yet, or at least I didn't check out, is ghost pedaling. So we will figure that out during this review to see if there is any. I didn't notice any like starting off, so that's a possible good thing. Now this bike does feel big, and because of that, it feels big and it was fast, right? Because I saw that 47 miles an hour. So I'm wearing a full face helmet today. I'm just feel a little bit safer doing that. All right, let's go ahead and do the off-road part. Now I truly feel like this bike's going to be able to handle way more than what I'm putting it through right now. But I want to check out this full suspension. Ooh, yeah. I don't hear any noise. We're doing good. Oh, this is nice, guys. This full suspension, even though there's not much play in the back, it seems to be working really well. All right, let's go ahead and bounce it off this curb. Oh yeah, those front shocks, or the front forks, just making that clunky noise and feels clunky. So this is definitely not a bike that you would want to take out and put it like on a single track. I don't feel like these forks would be safe for that. If you were just doing what I was doing, and like just taking it on some, like if you're trekking and taking it on some off-road dirt trails, yeah, this bike will be fine for that. I would definitely not take this bike on any single track courses. We are here to do the hill climb. We're going to use throttle only. We do have it in, you know what, I'll just put it in pedal assist 5 just to make sure everything is good to go. And we're going to see if this bike, now this bike is heavy and it only has like 69 Newton meters of torque. So let's see if it's going to make it up this hill. I mean, we're starting off slow. I'm not feeling very confident about this at the moment. But we're making it. Ooh, 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 all right. Okay, she's not gonna make it. We're gonna go ahead and try to roll into it and see if she'll make it up the hill then. Get a little speed. Is she gonna make it? I mean, I feel like we have a better chance now. Ooh, oh, I don't know. I do not know. Oh, yay, oh my gosh. It died before we made it to the top. Let's go. Oh no. All right, so we have learned that this bike is not much of a hill climber, throttle only. Now we shouldn't have any issue with the pedal assist here. Let me go ahead and put it down into gear here, and we'll try that next. Pedal assist only. Let's go. I'm cranking. Oh yeah, okay, see now we're doing just fine. So just note that if you are coming up to a big hill, well, you better be pedaling, because that throttle is not gonna get you up there on its own. Yeah, that was easy. I think doing the off-road and the hill climb of this bike has loosened up the rear end some, which is fine, that's what we wanna do, but now it's creaking a little bit, and I don't think you guys can hear it, but I hear it every now and again. So we're gonna go ahead and take it over here to the bike lane, see if they can lubricate it up a little bit, and see if we can get that creak out. Now that I've done like the hill climb with it and taken it off road, I've kind of like...
Have you torqued it down?
What's that?
Loosened up. I got it.
Oh, what, the crankset?
Can you take it for a spin real quick?
Yeah. I'll see if it creaks. There we go. We're good. It is always good to double check your bolts, but it's also great when you have a bike shop that they know you can just get stuff adjusted and fixed real quick. We're good. Yeah. Thank you. I know all these bikes can be put together at home. Matter of fact, I put this one together at home, and actually I put all of them together at the house. But with each and every bike, I bring it to the bike lane here to have them work on it to ensure, number one, it's going to be safe, which is what they did with this one. But as he mentioned, that it loosened up from the stuff that I've done with it. So he used his little torque wrench. He got it back to where it needed to be. Well, I thought we fixed it, but she's still creaking a little bit. Not as bad as it was, but it still has some creaking action in it. After this review, we'll get her lubricated. Should be good to go. Because this bike is full suspension, I ended up putting more air in the tires because I figured that the suspension would kind of make up for it. Normally, I will run like 20 pounds of air in these fat tires because their max is 30. But with this one, I have 25 in it because I know that this rear suspension is going to make up the difference. It is funny that none of the other reviews have mentioned the squeaky back part about it. Although maybe some of the other people haven't, maybe they don't have it. Maybe it's just on this bike. But normally I find that hard to believe when it comes to something like this, as we have checked that everything is torqued down correctly. All right, this is a pretty good road. Oh man, it is super windy. Let's see if we have any ghost pedaling going on. I've kicked it into pedal assist 5. I don't feel any ghost pedaling, and that is awesome. So I can either be cranking the entire time and feeling the pedal resist, or I can slow down my cadence and just let the bike take over, which is what we're doing right now. We're fighting a heavy wind here. So 27 miles an hour is going to be the quickest we can get at the moment. We're finally starting to see some drop in the battery level, which I wasn't even sure what that was going to look like with this bike. But now I can see that it has dropped some. It's a very unique way of doing it. Not sure if I like it yet, but I'll know by the end of this review. And see, I just stopped and it went down to 5, and then I stopped and now it's back up to 6. You guys can see that. It's awful bright out here. I'm wearing those polychromatic glasses where they get darker in the sun and lighter if you're in the trees. Those seem to be like really good glasses for me. But I can see the screen just fine. It's not super bright, but I can see it. I'm going to go ahead and stop for lunch, so let's do a mileage check. Strava shows that we've gone 9.49 miles. The display is showing that we've gone 9.6 miles. Oh yeah, we still got to talk about this eco to power level. What happens with that is while the bike's just kind of cruising, it goes into eco mode. But then if you start cranking on the pedals, it shoots up to power. So hopefully I remember to point that out when that actually happens. All right, guys, we have made it out here for the sand test. And as you can see, it looks like they had some volleyball things going on over the weekend. All of this sand is loose now. There's none of it that seems to be packed down except for this very beginning part. So I'm very curious to see how this bike's going to do. Now, it should do well because it is a fat tire bike. Let's go ahead and see how she does. Oh, gosh. Oh. I am using throttle. I am pedaling. I need to get it in a lower gear. I need to get it all the way down into first gear. Oh, gosh. You know, this bike doesn't have much torque, and it is a big bike. Now, it does roll well, but no, it's not doing well on the sand at all. I mean, it'll probably be fine on, like, packed sand, but your throttle's not going to help you much at all. And I do have it in pedal assist 5. There we go. On, like, more packed sand, it'll do fine. Well, kind of. It's going to get you to the beach. It's just not going to get you through it. We are down here on Lakeshore Trail here in Chicago. Look at that. Look at that view, guys. This is why I always love to take my reviews down this way. I love the skyline, and definitely you can tell that spring is in the air. We have a lot of people out. This is also a Wednesday, I believe, and we have this many people just out and about just enjoying the day. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see what the top speed of this bike is going to be. We are at 32 miles an hour right now. I'm going to see if I can get it to 33 miles an hour. Let's go 34, baby. 34, 35 miles an hour. Oh, this puppy can run. Oh, what it lacks in a couple areas, it definitely makes up in speed. Yowza. And you know what? No ghost pedaling. All the way up to that, felt the cranks all the way through. Felt nice. And now if I just lay off the pedaling and just keep the cadence going, well, we're still cruising at 29, 30 miles an hour. Dangerous. We will not be doing that. Ooh, this bike moves. But that's the thing, you have to be pedaling it. Throttle-wise, right, it's locked out at 20. Although a buddy of mine who reviews e-bikes, Mike Rochester, he reviewed this same bike. And in the process of doing that, he realized that he was able to unlock the speed on the throttle and got it to where the throttle would do like 30 miles an hour. So if you want to see how that's done, well, check out his channel. This bike rolls really well. And I know it's probably because I added more air to the tires, but still, it makes a nice ride out of it. All right, guys, we are doing the brake test. This is where we're using throttle only at first. I want to see how this bike is going to stop at the 20 mile an hour. Ooh, the whole thing shakes. Yowza. And it looks like we stopped right at 25 feet. Oh, man. The way this bike shakes, well, this is going to be scary doing this at like 32 miles an hour. I don't know how I feel about that. We have put it to pedal assist 5. Oh, I'm concerned. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go. 27, 28. I don't know, guys. Oh, it's scary. It's scary. Yeah, that back end, the way it shudders, I just don't know about it. But besides it just shaking, it still feels like it was able to handle it. Just hope that she can handle it one more time. All right, let's go. Whatever speed I get this up to, that's what I'm stopping at. I am not doing this again. Oh, gosh. We hit 30 miles an hour with that. 37 feet. All right, guys, we are down to our last 3 bars. It looks like, well, it just keeps popping up to the fourth one, but then it keeps dropping down to the, if you can see it, it's bouncing from the middle one down below. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn around. But first, let's go ahead and do a mileage check and see where we're at. And I think it's doing pretty good because normally with a bike this size and with the battery this size, I'm used to getting about 30, 33 miles out of it for a full battery. Now we just keep dropping down to number 2 and it's bouncing between these right here. But we're going to turn around and it shows that we're at 27.2 miles on the display. On Strava, it is showing the same. So we know that the display is really accurate when it comes to these two. All right, let's go ahead and home and we're going to talk about this eco and power level. When you're not pulling too much power from the bike, it just stays in eco mode. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is in power mode right now. And that's because we have it in pedal assist level 3 and we're pulling some pretty good amperage to get going. So it does bounce between the two. And I think because of that, it might be why this bike does so well on mileage. Normally, I would be hurting. I would be very concerned if I was this far from home and I had 27 miles on the bike. But I'm feeling pretty comfortable with what we got going on. Man, this seat, love it. The seat and the grips on this bike are very nice. Now, when it comes to the full suspension part, you could tell it's a little, you know, I mean, it's there. It's better than having a hardtail. You can tell that it's not the top quality. Oh, I just realized we are going to be fighting the wind the entire time getting back to the city. Oh, no. Maybe that's why I was doing so good on mileage. I wonder if there's a way to keep these front shocks from just sticking, because that's what they seem to do. There's many times where I stop or I'll go to get off of the bike and then the shocks come all the way up. So they stick a little, and I don't know if there's a way that I can like lubricate them or whatever. But when it comes to like the overall suspension, this bike is very comfortable, I have to tell you. Even though the suspension on it isn't the greatest, but for the price that you're paying, it is better than good enough. You could upgrade the forks, you could upgrade this back shock. I mean, because we all know this bike moves out. So if you want a bike that hauls ass and have a couple of $100 or $300 extra, you can upgrade this suspension and I bet it'll handle like you're on a cloud. Oh no, it has already dropped down to 1 bar. I might have screwed myself big time with this. Oh my gosh, oh no. We are going to kick it down to pedal assist number 1 because I am about 10 miles from home. At least it popped back up to the 3rd bar, but we're going to be going a lot slower. Let's try number 2. Let's see if we can do it at least in number 2. Number 2 has us cruising at 16.5 miles an hour. And if I can do that all the way home, I will be happy. If not, I will not be happy because this is a heavy bike to pedal without power. I am doing the best I can to conserve the power that I have. Right now it shows that we're at over 30 miles and we still have those 3 bars. As long as I keep it in pedal assist number 2, it seems like I am able to keep those battery bars from dropping one whole level down to number 1. It's on number 2 right now, which means we should have about 40%. And I'm hoping that if we get to 20%, that I'm already off the trail heading home. That's the plan. Oh no, it's jumped down to number 1, which means I have 20% of battery power left. Although I just went up a hill. Come on, bounce back up for me. Bounce back up. Nope. Okay. All right. Oh crap. Now the battery is flashing. I don't think you guys can see this because of sunlight, but that one line is flashing. I am so screwed. I'm still about 8 miles from home. This has got to be my biggest blunder yet. You know, it's fighting this wind. That is always an issue when it comes to mileage on a bike and will jump up and bite you in the butt. With that being said, I'm glad I do have more air in these tires, as I will most likely have to ride this bike home without power for many miles. Oh, I am walking it up this hill. This might just kill the battery, and I can't afford to do that right now. Now, this bike does have a walk mode, but I don't want to use that power either. And to activate that, you would just end up hitting this minus button, and then the bike will start moving forward. Right now, I'm not using it. Just going to put it in pedal assist 1 for now, for the moment. This review has just turned into a review of survival. We are done into pedal assist number 1 right now. We've gone 35 miles, and I still got another 5, 6 to get home. But we're still cruising at 10 miles an hour, and that's not bad. Let's go. Let's go. No power. I don't want to use any battery power. Let's crank it, crank it. You can see that flag. You can see the wind I'm fighting against right now. If you started off this whole trip and you wanted to just like totally cruise around at 10 or 11 miles an hour, well, having it in pedal assist 1, you would get so many miles out of this bike. That's probably where those high numbers would be coming from. I can tell that there is no assist going to this bike at this point. Yeah, this thing is not providing any assist now. I think that little hill killed it. This bike is heavy when it doesn't have power. I'm gonna pull over, get the official distance. I am about 3.5 miles from home, so it's gonna be a long time pedaling. I'm not gonna put you guys through that. But after that, I'll give you my final thoughts and we'll talk about final mileage. This bad boy is dead. It took me about 4 miles to ride this bike without any battery power to make it home. Now, when I took a look at Strava and we stopped it at that point, I was at 37.03 miles, and I know the display would have been matching as well. Now, I have to say, this bike went a lot farther than what other bikes in this category have gone. Normally, I get between 27 to 33 miles out of a bike like this, but I know I ended up having to put it in pedal assist 1, but I had an awful long way to go. And really, this battery management meter system is very odd, and it's going to take a little bit to get used to, but it does seem to be pretty accurate. When it comes to riding this bike, well, I was super comfortable. This seat is the bomb. I mean, this seat matches with this bike very, very well. And when it comes to the full suspension part, I mean, these forks, right, they kind of stick a little bit, and this doesn't give you that much of a, suspension part of it, but it was still very, very nice. You switch those 2 things out because these bikes aren't expensive at all. You go ahead and switch those 2 things out and this thing will ride like it's on a cloud. The brakes worked great, except for the fact that whenever you're slamming on the brakes, you would feel that back end just chit. And I can only assume that that's because of this and how this bike was made. Overall, I found this bike to be a pleasure. And I think it looks great. It's a big bike though, so it is a big bike. It'll feel like a big bike. But when it came to having no battery power, this bike didn't ride that bad. I mean, normally I would be totally smoked, but I was relatively in good spirits by the time I made it home, riding this bike for as long as I did without battery power. So if you are interested in the Puckipuppy Boxer ST or the Boxer, well, go ahead, click my link down below. That will take you to where you need to be. Whenever you do that, that helps out the channel and it doesn't cost you a thing. Also, if I have any discounts, I'm going to throw them down in the descriptions as well. So that's it. I want to thank you for watching and hanging out during this review of the Puckypupper Boxer ST. And until I see you again, enjoy the ride.